Welcome to the DPEF Entrepreneurs Roundtable. Today we discuss with Softoo from the Pakistan tech ecosystem and a Danish startup on what are some of the critical challenges for IT innovation. Let's dig right into the discussion.
If you have a talent gap in Denmark that needs to be filled out, and in Europe that needs to be filled out, and whether the Pakistan industry can fill that talent gap, and what it needs to deliver to the Danish companies on the tech talent.
So in terms of the technology, we speak so Pakistan has access to young talent, university graduates, the IT workforce is capable enough to basically succeed in international level. So we as a company, we see our example. So we have clientele in UK, in US, so it's like all the international clients working on the latest state-of-the-art technologies. And from personal experience, we have been able to, as you mentioned, of course, this relationship between client and the vendor or the resource provider. So I have to invest money from both sides. So the client, they also have to lead. They have to, because whenever you outsource anywhere in the world, there is always a culture gap. So, but by working together, by investing in it, you can just easily cover that. And what we have seen is that in most challenging projects, start from, for example, a single resource, just to validate this whole process. We are part of Reliance Group, so we have a few businesses in Pakistan, mainly Pakistan, clientele across the globe, telco, as well as renewables. So on all the international conferences, what we do is we take our IT and our renewable offerings. And by coming over here, the idea is to get the know of the local market, that what's going on in various fields, what are the buzzwords, what are the areas we should focus on. And also, very important aspect is to find some local, like-minded people whom we can collaborate with. So, because people who are already established here, they have the connections here, they know the people here, they have the physical presence, of course. And then if there is synergy in different domains, then we can work together to basically bring our offerings to the Danish market.
And Shakila, you are an entrepreneur in Denmark and the Danish ecosystem. You recently also been back to Pakistan and have been to the environment over there. So maybe you could tell a little bit about your company.
I have a health tech company called Copenhagen, which helps hospitals have access to healthcare specialists. And this is not a new phenomenon. This has been done for decades, but no one here in Europe is using new technologies. And the case of Europe is that we have a huge healthcare crisis, that we have a huge elderly population, and very few healthcare professionals to actually be able to provide standard services. Building a company has many challenges, and the main challenge, I would say, is definitely the challenge. So you have to be able to have the right type of resources, being able to build the right product. And this is super known here in the Nordics and also throughout Europe, that there's huge talent gap. We don't have the required talent in Canada. That's why startups and corporations and other businesses are actually missing out. So what my experience was that I went to Pakistan and was not directly related to this, but I did see the ecosystem down there, and I had an opportunity to understand the talent down there, and I'm very optimistic that there's a huge potential of collaboration between the Nordics and the talent that we see in the region of Copenhagen. And makes me feel very hopeful and optimistic, because I have seen the consequences of not being able to retain or gain the talent is that you have to actually either close your business or not grow or lose to competition. So that's the consequence.
Because we have a talent gap in Europe. We all know that the huge talent gap in Europe, and we think that the IT talent in Pakistan is equal of in that gap.
Very much so. I really do believe that because no matter what type of talent you engage with, it's an investment. You have to invest in the talent. Either to hire them if you use consultancy or if you get access to talent in a place like Pakistan, you have to invest in that relationship. If you're willing to do that, then you will be successful because nothing is easy. Not when you're hiring new people from the same country, in the same region. There's always going to be that thing of culture that you have to invest in. So I think that I really believe in that the workforce is able to help, but it will require an investment from the people who are.
The Pakistan companies are investing in the resources certified. So it's a double-edged sword because some companies are afraid that they invest in their resources, and the resources then become too good, and then they will be forced by other high-paying. But I think that's a risk. You need to invest in resources because if you don't invest in your people, then you won't be able to claim that you have the best talent. So what we do is that we not only invest in our people, we pay for their trainings, we also pay for their certifications, so that we can claim that if you want the best talent, come to us. We have the certificates, we have the credentials. So I believe this will be happening. Not all the companies are doing it, but yes, this is a trend that is catching on. And I think this is something that companies need to invest in to make their clients feel comfortable that we don't have the right talent, we have the credentials, we have the certifications.
What are you in regards to culture?
Yeah, I think that's a very important question, and it is something that we take pride in. So first of all, what we're doing is exposing our talent to the world. So, for example, bringing people to events like this, where they can see what they're like, they can interact with people, they can see the culture for themselves. So that is very important. Companies need to invest. Secondly, I think there are some basic soft skills training that there are some universal values in there. How to write an email, how to communicate on a Teams meeting, how to address your client, how to negotiate with your client. So there are some basic soft skills which need to be incorporated to everyone. And then obviously to expose them to a particular client. So for example, like I was talking to you about the UK team that we have today. So what we're doing now is that we are sending our people over to PLC to sit with them in their offices, spend a week or so, see how the culture is over there, and so that we can develop that personal bonding kind of thing. Obviously, you can't do it with every single resource, but the key people, at least the team leads, people who are managing the account, they need to be there on the ground. They need to have boots on the ground. So there are no shortcuts around that. You have to invest in people.
In this roundtable, we learned that it's important to invest in your people, both for talent satisfaction and customer satisfaction. It's important to certify resources to demonstrate capabilities. Bridging the culture gap together and fully understanding each other's culture to enhance trust. We hope you enjoyed our discussion between the Danish and Pakistan tech ecosystems. That's all for this one. Have a good day.